posted about 1 month back all the officers to have a fair inquiry with this background. I think if Lokayukta should inquire, then he should give a free hand by resigning the present CM post.
हमारा तो डिमांड बहुत क्लियर है. जो कांग्रेस पार्टी मुख्यमंत्री सिद्धरामैया जी ने जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट हुआ है मूडा और दोनों हगरण में, वाल्मीकि हगरण में, इसके लिए अभी जो महामहिम राज्यपाल जो डिसीजन लेते उसके बारे में कोर्ट का वो भी आ चुका है. इसके लिए हम आग्रह करें इमीडिएट एज पॉसिबल एज अर्ली रेजिग्नेशन देना चाहिए.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Co-powered by The Bold Look of Kohler. Co-powered by Somani Tiles, जमीन से जुड़े. LIC, जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी.
MUDA scam heat mounts on Siddaramaiah. Lokayukta police to begin probe. Siddaramaiah defiant, says not afraid. BJP ups the ante against Siddaramaiah Sarkara. Ahinda netas throw weight behind the chief minister. Will Siddaramaiah be forced to step down? That is our top focus on 5 Live.
And Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah appears to be losing his cool for the first time over the MUDA scam. So far, he has appeared composed. He's taken it as it comes. He's played the political game. Today, for the first time, he appears that the heat is getting to him. And we'll debate that right here on 5 Live. Thanks as always for being with me. I'm Shiv. These are the headlines. Scam heat mounts on Siddaramaiah. BJP protests, demands his resignation as Chief Minister. Karnataka government, meanwhile, withdraws consent for CBI probes in the state. Very suspicious. Tirupati turns political battlefield. Former Chief Minister Jagan ready to visit Tirumala temple next. BJP says he must declare his faith first. Congress firefights Himachal eatery diktat fallout. Himachal Mantri Vikramaditya Singh summoned by Congress High Command over new food order. Both orders are questionable. Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis speaks on Badlapur shootout, says probe will be held, claims the police fired at the rape accused in self-defense. But this is a day after the court said this stinks of a fake encounter.
अगर कोई अपराधी बंदूक छीनकर हमारे पुलिस पर अगर गोली चलाता है तो पुलिस ताली नहीं बजा सकती. पुलिस गोली चलाएगी और पुलिस ने गोली चलाई अपने संरक्षण के लिए चलाई.
Israel escalates its offensive against the Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hezbollah retaliates with fresh rocket strikes in northern Israel a day after a ballistic missile hit. US President Biden warns an all-out war could be very close. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah just over a year ago had led a viral and very infectious campaign called Pay CM in order to oust the then BJP government under Basavaraj Bommai. Well, the phrase Pay CM appears to be back to haunt Siddaramaiah now, and the heat is getting to him. The opposition BJP is holding protests demanding Siddaramaiah's resignation. Demonstrators have gathered at the Vidhana Sauda, which is the assembly building, holding placards and shouting slogans since yesterday. Well, despite the growing pressure, Siddaramaiah remains defiant, refuses to step down from his position, but he is demonstrating that he's feeling the heat. Today, when a journalist tried to ask him a question, he snapped.
Political turmoil in Karnataka. Trouble mounts for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who faces an investigation in land allotment to his wife by the Mysore Urban Development Authority. The BJP on Thursday held protests demanding the Chief Minister's resignation. Demonstrators gathered at the Vidhan Sauda holding placards and shouting slogans.
After Session Court verdict, the BJP has conducted series of protests, including today's protest in front of Gandhi statue in Vidhan Sauda, demanding his resignation immediately. They allege that if Chief Minister Siddaramaiah continues to be in power when the investigation is happening at Lokayukta, it might influence the investigation.
Court is saying, not BJP, not anybody. Court is saying it is a scandal. So that's why we are asking the resignation of Mr. Siddaramaiah. When court is given the verdict, Siddaramaiah naturally is no right to sit in that seat.
He went to High Court and High Court has upheld the decision of the governor to further inquire into Mr. Siddaramaiah's land scam. So Mr. Siddaramaiah being a chief minister, there cannot be a fair inquiry into the whole thing. So it is he should resign.
Despite the mounting pressure, Siddaramaiah remained defiant, refusing to step down from his position.
ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಗೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಗೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಮಂತ್ರಿಮಂಡಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು?
Congress leaders rallied behind Siddaramaiah.
There is no question of Chief Minister resigning. It is a political conspiracy. I have also tasted this conspiracy. We will fight it out legally and politically.
CM sir, today BJP are protesting is demanding.
Amid the chaos, Siddaramaiah lost his cool when a reporter asked him about the BJP agitation.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
The uproar follows a Bengaluru Special Court's directive to the Lokayukta police to file a case against him in the alleged MUDA scam. The case involves not only Siddaramaiah but also his wife Parvati, brother-in-law Mallikarjun Swamy and Devaraju, the alleged landowner. With the High Court also giving a go-ahead, the Lokayukta police are now set to start an investigation. With Sagai Raj and Anaga Keshav in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
And I just wanted to show you how Mr. Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, lost his cool and vented his anger at a journalist who was trying to get a reaction from him over the BJP's demand for his resignation. Just take a look at this. Let's put the sound up on that.
Sorry, sir. CM sir, today BJP are protesting is demanding resignation. Sila sir. Okay. Sorry, sir. CM sir, today BJP are protesting is demanding resignation. Sila sir. Okay. And a big move by the Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka right at a time when the MUDA scam heat is rising against the Chief Minister. The Siddaramaiah government has now officially withdrawn sanction for CBI investigations in the state of Karnataka. The Siddaramaiah government has basically withdrawn consent for CBI probes in the state of Karnataka, which means that the CBI cannot investigate anything in Karnataka. That consent has been withdrawn. The Siddu government effectively clipping the CBI's wings in the state of Karnataka. It has withdrawn probe permission that otherwise exists for the CBI. No unrestricted CBI probe, therefore, can happen in Karnataka. The government will have to be involved. The government and state machinery will have to be involved. The Congress has said action has been taken to stop CBI misuse. But very, very strange how this comes just at a time when the decks appear to be cleared for an investigation into the MUDA scam, which has implicated family members of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The Congress says the CBI action is not because of the MUDA case, but the timing could not be more glaring. Listen in to the Law Minister of Karnataka, H.K. Patil.
ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ. We are day in day out expressing our concern that CBI is misused. They refuse to file charge sheet. They refuse to probe into that. Mines case, Mines Prakarana, there are empty number of cases. Now I'm telling empty number of cases, not 1, 2, 3, more than that.
My colleague Sagai Raj joins me live from Bengaluru. Sagai, the Congress government in Karnataka claims that this withdrawal of consent to CBI probes in Karnataka has nothing to do with the MUDA scam. But that's a bit of a joke, isn't it? I mean, the timing couldn't be more glaring. Obviously, it has something to do with the rising heat over maybe the MUDA and other scams, especially since it is at the doorstep of the Chief Minister.
Absolutely. This comes day after the Session Court had pronounced the verdict saying that the case should be investigated by an autonomous body within the state of Karnataka, that is Lokayukta. And when we spoke to the lawyer yesterday, where she was also categorically mentioned that if at all, if this case has been transferred to the central agency, it is even more better. But they still believe that Lokayukta could do a fair job in this particular investigation. They also went on to say that they will wait for the report from the Lokayukta and thereafter they will try to approach the Karnataka High Court demanding for a CBI inquiry. Meanwhile, I got to learn from the sources that the complainant, there are multiple complainants in this MUDA case, Abraham, Sneha Krishna and few other activists. And one of the activists was contemplating to knock the doors of Karnataka High Court, requesting Karnataka High Court to grant permission to transfer the case to CBI. And much before they could even do that, the Karnataka cabinet has won the race and called for a cabinet meeting today and took a decision where they have reprimanded the permission which was been given under Delhi Police Establishment Act 1946, which allows the CBI to go ahead and inquire freely without any kind of restriction in the state. Now they have to take the consent. On the other side, if you notice, the Law and the Parliament Affairs Minister H.K. Patil has said that CBI has been misused by the central government time and again. And he has also mentioned that in many cases, they didn't even file the charge sheet. And he has categorically mentioned it was not because of the MUDA case, because of the kind of behavior of CBI officers and the CBI investigating office, which has involved in several cases in the state of Karnataka. So now if they have any kind of independent case, they have to take the consent of the government. If at all, if the government gives any kind of consent, that's when the CBI can go ahead and inquire. If at all, if the court orders for a CBI inquiry, the government doesn't have any say in this particular case. So any other case. So High Court or any court can decide on the CBI inquiry.
Okay.
But if at all the central agency have to independently inquire here in the state of Karnataka, they have to take the consent of the state government.
It's just a little hard to believe that this has nothing to do with the MUDA scam. The Congress, H.K. Patil, the Law Minister of Karnataka, says it has nothing to do with the MUDA scam. It is part of the overall, counteraction against abuse of power by central agencies. But this comes, as Sagai said, literally a day after the court had basically, cleared the decks for an investigation by whatever agency into allegations against Siddaramaiah and his family in the MUDA scam. Sagai, thanks very much for that live ground update. Joining me live now to face off on this latest news concerning the investigation into the MUDA scam and what we've just broken for you, our viewers. Prashant GS is spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst. He speaks against the BJP on this particular issue. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time here. Prashant, to you first. Do you buy this? The government in Karnataka says that the withdrawal of consent to BJP, to CBI investigations in Karnataka has nothing to do with the, with the MUDA scam. Do you buy that?
Shiv, not only me, probably if you ask a small child on the road who is now aware of this MUDA scam, the child also will laugh it off to say that, and the timing is of utmost suspicion. If at all, HK Patil want to do this, he could have done it last week to say that, look, we are not doing this because ultimately the state government will have to give the permission unless the court intervenes and hands over the investigation to the CBI. But the timing of the decision is suspect. They're aware. Siddaramaiah and his team are completely aware that Siddaramaiah is covered in muck, because if you look at the judgment in the MUDA scam, and forget about the 218 BNSS, but on the merits of the matter, especially at page 177 of the judgment, where the court says that it shocks the conscience of the court that the CM's wife has got a owner, she's a proud owner of sites for 56 crores. And at page 186, they talk about how the CM being the leader, he cannot shy away from the investigation. So therefore, at para 51, 54 and 56, the indictment of Siddaramaiah is very clear, saying that on the merits
I'll come to what the court has said in just a moment, Prashant. Let's go through the questions one by one so we don't load up each question with too much information, so it's clear for our viewers. But Syed, this is a bit of a joke. The government in Karnataka, literally a day after the court has cleared the decks for an investigation into the MUDA scam
in which the family members of Mrs. Siddaramaiah have been implicated, they withdraw consent for any probe by the CBI, and the government wants the public to believe it has nothing to do with the MUDA scam. This is a joke, Syed. Where do you stand?
Shiv Aroor Sahab, I stand in the same place where the Supreme Court made an observation that in the case of Arvind Kejriwal, the CBI was once again used as a caged parrot. Not just that, Sahab, if you see it, any non-BJP ruling state, be it Hemant Soren, be it Arvind Kejriwal, be it Siddaramaiah, CBI is being used to harass the political leaders of the opposition party. Also, we need to understand.
But why wasn't this done earlier, Syed? All that is fine, but why wasn't this done earlier then? Why now?
I'd really appreciate my friend from the BJP.
Let's Syed get his time, Prashant.
Let's have a civil debate so that you get your full time and I get mine. Now, coming straight to the point, the fact of the matter is why the Siddaramaiah government or the Congress ruling cabinet here will not allow the CBI for the same factor. The High Court in its observation also made a ruling that Karnataka Lokayukta is welcome for the investigation. FIR can be filed. You can go ahead. The fact I come from the land of Karnataka, the land of Kuampu and Baswana, we believe in social equality and justice. Let there be justice. Have faith. Karnataka Lokayukta is the same which prosecuted Mr. Yediyurappa, the former chief minister of BJP. Also, as a matter of fact, let us understand, if you're blaming Siddaramaiah, well and good. What about GT Devegowda, who's also beneficiary? What about Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, who's also beneficiary under MUDA? BJP MLC Vishwanath as well. And not just that, S.R. Mahesh. Why the governor is there to prosecute Siddaramaiah? Only because he's from the Congress? What about the other leaders who are there?
Syed, Siddaramaiah himself has said, let there be a full investigation, all the names will come out. The BJP is saying, let there be a full investigation, so why not? All these moves, to try and challenge the sanction for prosecution, clipping the wings of the CBI, these are not the actions of someone who has, nothing to hide. They suggest that there is an attempt to cover up.
Shiv Saab, absolutely. This is a pointed question and I'll answer it accordingly, and that's a rightful question. So Siddaramaiah, according to not just Siddaramaiah, according to me and many other people, the same who said, my friend Prashant said, children on the road also believe that CBI is a caged parrot. Why investigate by an agency or a body which is used as a...
Wait, Prashant, let him finish.
Why? Let me finish. Just
Prashant, let him finish. I'll come to you right after that.
10 seconds, my friend. I'll not interrupt you. Full time to you. The fact of the matter is, not just the Supreme Court observation, but we see a pattern here. The pattern in Jharkhand with Hemant Soren. We see a pattern in Delhi with Arvind Kejriwal. The same pattern is being followed here. So therefore, when you lose the faith in CBI, it's better to be investigated by a much better body like a Karnataka Lokayukta, which does not fear chief minister, because Karnataka Lokayukta also prosecuted the sitting chief minister then, Mr. Yediyurappa. So Karnataka Lokayukta is welcome to file an FIR and prosecute Mr. Siddaramaiah.
Look at the charges. Okay, I just want to
lost its charge.
Point noted, the charges, Prashant, before I come to you, I just wanted to list the charges that we're talking about here in this MUDA scam case. Number one, criminal conspiracy, public servant knowingly disobeying the law, dishonest misappropriation of property, cheating, mischief and forgery, criminal intimidation, use of personal influence for undue advantage, misuse of government property for personal gain, illegally grabbing government land. These are the very, very grave charges that we are actually talking about in this entire affair. Now remember that on his part, Mr. Siddaramaiah and the Congress party have put out a united face. They have categorically denied that any wrongdoing has happened. They have pointed out that it was a BJP government in power. They have said that they are open to any investigation, and they've said this is basically revenge politics by the BJP. Absolutely. But Prashant, everything that's happening in court right now, is going as per the normal procedure. The legal recourse that is available, to the BJP, to the petitioners. The same way Siddaramaiah has also approached court. He has faced a setback. Now there will be an investigation. But why is the BJP still calling for his resignation then? Let the investigation happen in a fair manner.
Shiv, the reason is simple. The same Congress and supporters who are saying that Lokayukta should investigate, the same Siddaramaiah clipped the wings of Lokayukta then and brought in ACB, which after the High Court wrapped Siddaramaiah and his team on knuckles, then they had to go back on the decision. Now, if a sitting CM appears before a Lokayukta police who happens to be the employee of the state government working under the Home Ministry of State Government, can he investigate properly? No. So let Siddaramaiah resign on moral grounds. He claims that he would never do these things. In the past, it is on record when Siddaramaiah said, if there is any allegation against me, I will resign. He claims to be the disciple of Ramakrishna Gade. Ramakrishna Hegde resigned and then come back, fought polls after his name had cropped up in a controversy. Let Siddaramaiah follow his mentor, resign, let the investigation happen. If at all he is found to be clean by the courts, let him come back and occupy his chair. If his Congress colleagues let him to. Everybody is aware that Siddaramaiah is involved, is guilty of this particular scam. They know that he will have to vacate his seat once the investigation is complete. So he is wanting to hold on to the power to the extent he can and probably indulge in more corruption. There's nothing more.
It is true.
And to
Syed,
answer my,
it is true.
friend Syed on talking about Hemant Soren, Kejriwal, Siddaramaiah, Lalu, all birds of the same feather flock together. So therefore,
Let me
they are
no,
probably
Syed,
in
Syed,
alliance
two questions.
so that all the corrupt people are on one side. You can't really find fault with them. They are
Syed,
indulged in corruption,
we
neck
do
deep
know,
in corruption, and
you
they
know,
are now
I
trying to say
personally,
that,
Prashant, hold your
Congress
horses.
has nothing to do with it.
Syed, we do know that in the course of political conversations, all parties ask for each other's leaders' resignations. That keeps happening no matter what happens.
Absolutely.
One can dismiss it as that is part of the political lexicon.
That's right.
There is when there are allegations of corruption, you should resign and step aside, and when you are cleared, you can come back to power. The Congress has also done that many, many times. So in many ways, this is the Congress's own playbook that is being thrown back at it. How many times has
Shiv Aroor,
Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar and others called for the resignation of Bommai, Yediyurappa and others in a very similar vein?
Fair point, Shiv Aroor Saab. I completely concede to that front. Also, as a matter of fact, it's very fair that my good friend Prashant GS, who's a fantastic spokesperson of Karnataka BJP, is asking for a resignation. But he also needs to go back and learn from history. Those who don't learn from history will repeat their mistakes. What happened in the case of Yediyurappa? In January 2011, he was asked for a resignation. Internal party politics, all of that. How much time did it take him to resign? 9 months, sir. 9 months it took him to resign. He just did not resign. There was a 1,000-page backed evidence from the Lokayukta report, and then he had to step down. Also, you need to understand, sir, Lokayukta was also then under the same Chief Minister Yediyurappa BJP. Did we say that, oh, it's all match fixed? No, sir, have faith in Lokayukta. It's one of the finest bodies and agencies that we have in Karnataka, and we as Karnataka police take great pride in that. And also, Shiv Saab, the other question that you've raised, yes, political parties are bound to bring this about. But what pains me, sir, is when CBI, ED are used like a political puppets. The fact of the matter we need to understand here, Shiv Saab, take it, the governor well within his right. I hail the Karnataka High Court order that governor can give the prosecution orders. But why didn't the governor give prosecution orders against H.D. Kumaraswamy? Why isn't my friend Prashant asking for his resignation? He's out on bail. He's also facing
I agree with you in principle, Syed. In principle, Syed, I actually agree with you, and I also agree with what Mr. Siddaramaiah says about let there be an open and fair investigation. All those who have benefited from any MUDA scam or irregularity should be punished, whether it is Kumaraswamy, whether it is people in the BJP, whether it is Siddaramaiah, whoever it is. That is my stand as far as corruption is concerned. One quick question before I go back to Prashant is, Syed,
yes,
could it also be that while the Congress is putting up this united front, it is not so united from within? We've seen so many people, who have ambitions. They are smelling trouble in the water. They believe that, if enough heat can be mounted on Siddaramaiah, they may get a chance to be the chief minister. You know who I'm talking about. Maybe that's what is also made Mr. Siddaramaiah a little wary.
Shiv Aroor Saab, let me tell you, as a matter of fact, I think because you're also from Karnataka, Bangalore, you know the politics so well. I know who you're hinting at. Let me set the cat among the pigeons. I know the direction is towards DK Shivakumar, and rightly so. Of course, he's made his ambitions out in the open that he also someday wishes to be a chief minister. But when it comes to internally party, there are going to be democracies, there are going to be differences. But when it comes against the party's chief minister, I can assure you a fact, Shivana, that DK Shivakumar and his team and Karnataka Congress stands very strongly in this matter with Siddaramaiah.
Okay. Prashant, what do you think about that? Do you think that others within the Congress party are sniffing trouble and that it's not as much of a united front as it claims to be?
Steve, look at the statement of Siddaramaiah when he praised K.C. Venugopal for his election victory in 2018 and the political knowledge of K.C. Venugopal that he predicted Siddaramaiah would lose in Chamundeshwari and would win, because Siddaramaiah in his life has never thanked people who helped him. like Ramakrishna Gade and Devegowda. He's never thanked anybody. He's thanking Venugopal in a bid to trying to appease Rahul Gandhi to say, please look, I am trying to please Venugopal, who in turn will always please you. Therefore, let me continue. It's again because Siddaramaiah is aware that HK Patil, MB Patil, DK Shukumar, Satish Jarkioli, Parameshwara, everybody are probably waiting for Siddaramaiah to get out. Internally, they are saying, yes, look, let this man step down and then we will play our cards. Everybody is waiting with bated breath. In fact, more than the opposition, it's the internal Congress people who want Siddaramaiah to resign so that one of them would become the CM from the Congress. That's their take. They're trying to only portray a united face for the sake of media, but otherwise they are very clear they don't want Siddaramaiah as CM. And in whichever way he resigns, as BJP, we would not let Siddaramaiah not resign.
Let me,
Our protest will continue.
Syed, I'm just coming to you in 30 seconds. 30 seconds I'm
like
coming to
also.
you. I just want to tell our viewers what Mr. Siddaramaiah's options are right now. He has many legal options. He is conferring with his legal team, including senior lawyer and Congress leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi. He could file a petition before the High Court's division bench. Option number 2, he can order. He can challenge the order in the Supreme Court, obviously. Option number 3, a request can be made in the Supreme Court to stay the High Court order. Option number 4, there could be a plea to stay proceedings that can be filed in an MP MLA court. Syed, at the end of the day, you can answer, you can give your response to what Prashant said, but my question also is now that over a year, about 15 months after the election in which the Congress party came to power, with handsome numbers, anti-corruption, cleaning up the system was one of their big planks. Pay CM, all those campaigns were very, very effective in Karnataka. I was there covering that election.
Yes,
and it seems that this, for the first time, has unnerved and made Mr. Siddaramaiah feel the heat. That is more than apparent now. He feels that this could be more than just a passing piece of headline.
Shivana, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, if you told me any leader of the Congress party, maybe would have been very nervous and shaken at the moment. I'm sure you've interacted with him in several interviews and so on and so forth.
Yes.
This is a very strong leader. Over the last 40 years, not a single blot against this man. We need to understand he's been a leader of the masses who's always spoken of social equality, social justice, SCs, STs, everybody coming together on the land of Baswarna. Also, as a matter of fact, quickly answering my friend Prashant GS, the state spokesperson of BJP. My dear friend, you did bring about the truth and reality of a party, which is Congress party. There are bound to be differences, just like your party. What was Vijayendra called? Son of Yediyurappa. He was called a remote control CM. Yediyurappa is only the face. What about the fights between Yediyurappa and Ishwarappa? It is famous. There is a Karnataka legend and tale called Snake and Mongoose. And there was a movie which got shelved. Yediyurappa versus Ishwarappa. We know everything. Ishwarappa, as a matter of fact, has called Yediyurappa, somebody who's nepotistic and so on and so forth. Any party, be the BJP, JDS, Congress, there are bound to be differences of opinions and everybody wants to be in power. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to the Karnataka MUDA alleged scam, Congress party stands together with
No, it is a scam, not alleged scam.
I can promise you, for the next 5 years, he will not resign. He is going to stay strong as the chief minister and he will be there. Mark my words, Shiv Saab, 136 MLAs out of 224. Congress is looking good. Congress is looking strong and Congress is here to stay here in the land of Karnataka. CM Siddaramaiah will continue at its peak. Alleged scams will come.
Nothing can. Prashant, last word to you. Syed says nothing can break Siddaramaiah. He is stable. He has the Congress behind him. There may be some squabbles, which is normal in all parties, but he is not going anywhere. Last word, Prashant.
It's not about what Siddaramaiah personally wants to do. There is something called law of the land. There's something called constitution, which Congress doesn't believe in. When the matter is before the court and on merits also, the court has also brought out a lot of factors which are brought out in the initial comment itself as to how Siddaramaiah's family is benefited. There is no way out for Siddaramaiah unless he morally resigns. At least he's saving himself from embarrassment from future references to the court, when court will have to order him to be removed from the post after he is indicted, and if he is imprisoned for get a sentence for more than 6 years, so on and so forth. There are a lot of things possible. So Siddaramaiah should take the moral high ground, which he always claims to preach others, and resign. Let him come back. If he has got 136 MLAs, they should make way for him later on if his name is cleared. Everybody is aware that Siddaramaiah will not come back because he is involved in corruption and he will be indicted by the court. They are aware. Therefore, he is not willing to give up the chair. If he was an honest politician, he should have resigned and then said, I would face it.
Okay, so the BJP is not going to climb down from that demand. 10 seconds, Syed. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Thank you, Shivana. My friend Prashant, fair point, sir. Now, quickly tell me, if Siddaramaiah needs to resign, can you on the same breath say that Union Minister of your alliance, Kumar Anna, should resign? H.D. Kumaraswamy, G.T. Devegowda, BJP MLC Vishwanath, they're all named under the MUDA alleged scams beneficiaries. They are also beneficiaries. There are irregularities, illegalities.
Beneficiary does not mean Congress names them as beneficiaries. It must be beneficiaries in the eyes of law. The court must point out that they have been unduly favored, and then you can take a call. Here, I repeat, para 51, para 51, para 54, para 56 of the judgment, right from page 177, 186, and 191. Please read it carefully, Syed, so that for your further debate it will be helpful for you.
Okay, I'm out of time. I'm out of time.
Categorically given a finding.
Very interesting to see what's going to actually happen next as far as Siddaramaiah, the BJP and the Congress is concerned. We will continue to report all facts on both sides of this unfolding story. Thanks, Syed. Thanks, Prashant, for your time here on debate number 1 on 5 Live. On the other side, from Karnataka, we shift focus to Andhra Pradesh, where Tirupati has turned into a political battlefield. Former Chief Minister Jagan Reddy is headed to the Tirumala temple to offer penance next, but it's not going to be easy. That's next.
Shut the door. Your antics make me bored, cause I just came around to say hello.
Motorola Razr 50. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
पॉलिटिक्स करना ज्यादा मुश्किल है या वर्ल्ड चैंपियन को ओलंपिक्स में हराना हो? ये क्या पहलवान बनाम पहलवान आपने बना दिया यहाँ?
लस्सी ऑफ हरियाणा टू गुड।
आप लोग सब दलित समुदाय से हैं।
जाति के खिलाफ बोलेंगे तो अपने आप ही लोग एंटी हो जाएंगे।
बीजेपी ने कुछ किया ही नहीं। तो आप कह रहे हैं छोलिया की सिस्टम खत्म हो गई। भूपिंदर सिंह हुड्डा at the age of 77, final election. You are not tired, not retired. I am not tired. This paratha tells me one thing. Haryana is a small state, but it thinks big.
Shut the door. Your antics make me bored, cause I just came around to say hello.
Motorola Razr 50. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
The enormously revered shrine Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh has become a political battlefield in the wake of reports of adulteration of the famous Tirupati Laddu Prasadam that goes to millions of devotees every single month. Now, former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Jagan Reddy, and current Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu are facing off over the alleged adulterated ghee in the Tirupati Prasadam. Well, amidst this uproar, Jagan's decision to visit Tirupati this Sunday has created a huge uproar, with both the BJP and the Telugu Desam Party demanding that Jagan declare his faith before entering the temple shrine as per rules by the temple administration. Meanwhile, the BJP's Madhavi Lata too visited Tirupati, seeking forgiveness over the Tirupati Prasad adulteration. Here's everything you need to know about the political face-off in Tirupati.
The holy city of Tirupati, a spiritual center for millions, is now at the center of a ghee adulteration controversy. Allegations of animal fat and fish oil in ghee supplied to the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams has triggered a bitter clash between Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy. As the controversy deepens, YSRCP Chief Jagan Reddy has announced a visit to the Tirupati temple this Sunday. Jagan has called for a statewide temple rituals to atone for Chief Minister Naidu's allegation of adulteration in Tirupati Laddus. The decision by Jagan comes days after Naidu questioned why the former Chief Minister never visited the Tirupati temple, even though his father Y.S. Rajashekar Reddy offered prayers there.
Person belonging to other religions, whether it be Christianity or Islam, if they intend to have a darshan of Lord Balaji, then they have to sign a declaration stating that they have faith in him. So all these years as Chief Minister, Jagan Reddy never signed.
The BJP has demanded that Jagan Reddy, a practicing Christian, should declare his faith before entering the shrine, a protocol for all non-Hindu visitors.
Mr. Jagan wants to come to Tirupati. How can he be allowed? Unless until he wouldn't not write it and give it to us, that he accepts the Hindu Dharma, undertaking, he should not be allowed to even come to Tirupati. Because he has never outspoken on this.
This is one of the senior leaders there who's arrived here, and they're also going to go ahead and meeting with the executive officer here at the TTD administrative block, where they're going to go and file a petition as well, demanding that for Jagan Mohan Reddy to arrive here, he has to file this affidavit that has to be filed by every non-Hindu at Alipiri footsteps just before entering into Tirumala, without which the BJP will take forth its protest, and that too in a massive manner.
After Pawan Kalyan's 11 temple penance, BJP leader Madhavi Lata visited Tirupati with a group of seers seeking to restore the temple's sanctity in the eyes of the devotees.
प्रायश्चित करना है मुझे, उनसे मांगना है भीख तो जागृत हो जाइए भगवान, बहुत हो गया इनके हरकत। जो भी किया उसने, let there be a very serious investigation.
Former Attorney General Sudhakar Reddy too faced flack over his controversial remarks about the prasadam.
It is nonsensical. The price of the pig oil is about 1400 rupees a kilo. 319 రూపాయలు కిలోకి 1400 రూపాయలు అడల్టరేట్ చేస్తారండి. నువ్వు రాగి అని చెప్పి అమ్ముతున్నావు, రాగి బిందె అమ్ముతున్నావు. రాగి బిందెలో గోల్డ్ అడల్టరేట్ చేస్తారా, మిక్స్ చేస్తారా? పోనీ గోల్డ్ దానిలో రాగి కలపొచ్చు.
Jagan has rejected allegations of adulteration during his tenure and accused Naidu of misleading public and stirring up a needless controversy. With Apurva Jayachandran from Tirupati, Bureau Report, India Today.
Tirumala Tirupati Venkateshwara Swami.
And India Today's Apurva Jayachandran is in Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh and she joins me live from the hill shrine. Apurva, Jagan Reddy heading to Tirupati later this week. This weekend, in fact, has thrown up a huge potential political meltdown over there. What are the preparations being made? You've been speaking to, the priests and the authorities there in Tirupati. How are they seeing this entire political fallout?
Well, Shiv, it's going to be quite tricky. What is going to be the next, 24 to 48 hours? Remember, all through the 5 years that the YSRCP had been in governance here in Andhra Pradesh, that is the last 5 years, what we are getting to know from the TDP is that there hadn't been once that the TDP alleges Jagan Mohan Reddy had signed this affidavit, him being a practicing Christian. In fact, they also go on and say that this particular affidavit is in fact an affidavit that needs to be signed by every non-Hindu who wants to have a darshan of Lord Venkateshwara. In fact, just behind me is the holy shrine. The Sanskrit sectorium is just inside, and what we are getting to learn is that BJP is also here in Tirumala, where they're demanding that not only should Jagan Mohan Reddy sign this affidavit that every non-Hindu has to sign as per the TTD laws that are here, as per the act of the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams, but it also says that this affidavit says every person who signs this affidavit has belief on Lord Venkateshwara and that they wish to go ahead and have a darshan, and that's what the the BJP wants Jagan Mohan Reddy to do. Last 5 years, they say he has failed to file any kind of such affidavits with the Tirumala, despite him having had year after year darshans, be it for the Brahmotsav that he has visited with his family or several other times when he has come here for a darshan here at Tirumala. But now that the this Laddu controversy has come up, now the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams after ensuring there has been a cleansing ritual that has been completed here just a couple of days back, now the BJP says that the only way that Jagan Mohan Reddy will even likely be allowed into cross Alipuri, which is the gateway there for Tirumala, is if he signs the said affidavit. Shiv.
And Apurva, beyond the politics, what is the mood in the town of Tirupati Tirumala? Are devotees still concerned about the purity of the Laddu Prasadam? Are they still coming in big numbers? What is the mood there?
We're just around the corner of Brahmotsavam, which is one of the grand celebrations that takes place here every year without fail in Tirumala. There are, grand darshans of the Lord. People throng here from long and far just to have a glimpse of the Lord during this time, that is during this Brahmotsavam period. And as you can see behind me, there are definitely, several devotees who have been, thronging here line after line. Even the Laddu counters, if you see, everywhere there are just devotees who are waiting patiently in line to go and catch a glimpse of the Lord. In fact, I must add out here that the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams over the last 7 days alone, has recorded roughly over 7 lakh plus sale of the Tirumala Srivari Laddu. This amidst the controversy there. So, it's not like the controversy has affected the sales of the Srivari Laddu. In fact, if we see, yes, the the sentiments of the people has definitely taken a hurt, but they do believe in the Lord and they do believe that this government somehow will rectify the changes, especially now that the Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu has ordered for a special investigation team to be set in place, especially run by an IG rank or a senior official.
All right, Apurva, thanks very much for joining us from Tirupati. Beautiful views there of the temple itself. Remember that Apurva will be fronting our coverage right through this turbulent episode in the Hill Shrine, including the potential political meltdown that takes place this Sunday when Jagan Reddy arrives there. We obviously hope that everything is sorted out in a manner that is acceptable and fair to the millions of devotees in whom there is so much faith for Lord Venkateshwara in Tirupati. Thanks very much, Apurva, for joining us on that. But away from the Hill Shrine itself, the politics, the face-offs, the claims, counterclaims, the attacks between stars continue unabated. Actor Prakash Raj has also waded into the Tirupati controversy. Prakash Raj versus Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and star actor himself, Pawan Kalyan, has erupted over the Tirupati Prasadam Rao. Prakash Raj on social media took a pot shot at Pawan Kalyan, who then responded. Take a look at how it played out.
Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan and actor Prakash Raj are locked in a showdown over the Tirupati ghee adulteration controversy. This after Prakash Raj asked Pawan Kalyan to focus on investigating the Laddu Prasadam matter rather than stoking communal tensions. Hitting back, Pawan Kalyan accused Prakash Raj of making a mockery of Hindu sentiments.
Prakash Raj Garu, you have to learn your lessons. I respect you. It's not just Prakash Raj Garu, all the people who thinks in the name of secularism, you're going haywire. Let me tell you guys, we are extremely hurt. Don't make a mockery out of our sentiments. We are deeply, deeply hurt.
Prakash Raj claimed that his statement was misunderstood.
Shri Pawan Kalyan garu, నేను ఇప్పుడే మీ ప్రెస్ మీట్ని చూశాను. నేను చెప్పిందేంటి, మీరు దాన్ని అపార్థం చేసుకుని తిప్పుతున్నదేంటి? నేను ఇప్పుడు విదేశాల్లో షూటింగ్లో ఉన్నాను. 30వ తారీఖు తర్వాత వచ్చి మీ ప్రతి మాటకి సమాధానం చెప్తాను. ఈ మధ్య మీకు వీలైతే నా ట్వీట్ని మళ్ళీ చదవండి, అర్థం చేసుకోండి ప్లీజ్.
Amid this, Tamil actor Karthi apologized to Pawan Kalyan on social media after the Andhra Deputy Chief Minister slammed him for his comments on the Tirupati Laddu controversy.
లడ్డు గురించి మాట్లాడకూడదు, సెన్సిటివ్ టాపిక్, మనకు వద్దు అది.
Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever dare to say that, please. I respect you as actors, but when it comes to Sanatana Dharma, please, you have to think 100 times before you saying a word. One comment.
The Tirupati ghee row has evidently caught the South Indian film industry on the wrong foot. Bureau Report, India Today.
And while the new leader of Bangladesh, Mohammad Yunus, is on his first foreign tour being feted by several world leaders, in Naya Bangladesh, Hindus continue to be targeted. Protests against the celebration of Durga Puja have erupted in the country. We'll tell you more.
Shut the door. Your antics make me bored, cause I just came around to say hello.
Motorola Razr 50. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. Mumbai court sentences Sanjay Raut to 15 days imprisonment in defamation case. Relief to Pooja Khedkar from Delhi High Court, protection from arrest extended for 7 days. Rain lashes parts of Mumbai, many areas waterlogged. PM Modi's Pune visit cancelled due to heavy rains.
ये डेमोग्राफी इन लोगों ने खराब कर दिया। घुसपैठिए बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिए की बात करेंगे। मैं उनको कहना चाहूंगा, ये जाकर के आपने भारत सरकार का आंकड़ा निकाल के देख ले कि कौन से जिला में, कौन से राज्य में किस तरीके से आंकड़े में बदलाव हुआ है। जाके बंगाल में देखे, बंगाल का आंकड़ा क्या है, और पता कीजिए झारखंड में अलग अलग जिलों का आंकड़ा क्या है। तो आसपास पता चलेगा कि यहाँ कोई डेमोग्राफी में बदलाव नहीं, सब अमन चैन से रह रहे हैं, खुशी अमन से रह रहे हैं।
ममता बनर्जी, हेमंत सोरेन का सरकार परिवारवाद, तुष्टीकरण, भ्रष्टाचारी सरकार है। पहले झारखंड को उखाड़ फेंकने का काम झारखंड की जनता करेगी, उसका बाद बंगाल के जनता झारखंड की मार्ग पर चलेगी, ममता जी को उखाड़ फेंकेगी।
While the new leader of Bangladesh, Mohammad Yunus, is on his first foreign tour, back in Naya Bangladesh, minority Hindus continue to be reportedly persecuted. Hindus continue to be targeted in Naya Bangladesh despite the new government's categorical denials of any attacks whatsoever, or at least any large-scale attacks. Well, radical Islamist groups are protesting against the celebration of Durga Puja in the country, reports India Today's Ashutosh Mishra. Posters have been put up against closing roads to set up pandals and demanding no holidays be declared by the new government for the Hindu festival of Durga Puja. These Islamist groups have also said that idol immersion will pollute water bodies and should therefore be banned. More recently, pictures of vandalized idols had also surfaced from Bangladesh. The stir is the latest in a series of targeted attacks against Hindu minorities in Bangladesh since Sheikh Hasina's ouster on August the 5th. I want to go across to India Today's Ashutosh Mishra, the first Indian journalist to arrive in Dhaka after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. He's been tracking all of these stories. He's been conducting a relentless reality check from the ground and from the outside of what's been happening in Bangladesh. These are very disturbing reports coming in, Ashutosh, that you're bringing us, that there are protests over giving a holiday, etc. for Durga Puja. What are you hearing? You've been in touch with many of the people involved right now, and they are too, afraid to actually speak on camera right now.
That was the situation. In fact, when I reached out to a few of these committee leaders and the community leaders, they are literally afraid because they say the moment there is any identification that these people are speaking, there could be possibly they'll be targeted. And what we're seeing are these images. The idols were vandalized. The pandals have been vandalized. On 21st September, you'll be shocked to know that in a district like Khulna, which is a bastion of Jamaat-e-Islami, there were leaflets and pamphlets were distributed in certain temples, which was written, pay 5 lakh taka, which is a Bangladeshi currency, pay 5 lakh. That was extortion money if you want to celebrate Durga Puja. Day before yesterday, there was a protest in Dhaka's sector 17, sector 13 and sector 18. Normally, there are the playgrounds. Every year, there is a massive celebration of Durga Puja because all the Bengalis, be it in West Bengal or Bangladesh, they celebrate. This is their biggest festival. And every year, there used to be pandal. From day before yesterday, the radical Islamic group are literally carrying out marches on the street, and and they're opposing that this should not be allowed. Now they say you cannot immerse the idols in the river or in the open water because it pollutes. More importantly, you remember Bangladesh had announced they will send hilsa, the very iconic fish, to India. Now these groups are also opposing. These are our rare species. Do not export, do not send hilsa fish to India, because every year during particularly the festive season we see huge stock of hilsa comes from Bangladesh to India. In a way, there are statements also say that in these temples, the group of Hindus are, talk about Akhand Bharat. They do conspiracy against Bangladesh. So what all you can imagine what is happening. Certain radical groups which were banned during Sheikh Hasina regime have now been, the ban has been lifted. They are openly filling out. The way they are now targeting the minorities, saying that you shouldn't be holding pandal on the roads that blocks the traffic. There shouldn't be gathering. There shouldn't be a banner in the temple. Do not put out a banner because this is your own festival and this is very religious activities. More importantly, open during Durga Puja. Since it's also a government holiday, the government acknowledges that. You remember the president invited all the Hindu bureaucrats for this ceremony, for the festival. Now the radical groups are also demanding do not announce public holiday during Durga Puja because it's only a particular community and it's not for larger interest of the community. So what all not the people are afraid, and perhaps this is alarming situation for Bangladesh in the time when we have the United Nations team which is also investigating the case of assault attacks post 5th of August. But this looks like literally alarming situation, and world has literally kept its eyes totally blind. They're not even looking at what is happening in Bangladesh when the minorities are being targeted.
Very, very important. Whether it is Europe, whether it is the United States, whether it is a host of other countries, there appears to be an almost systematic unwillingness to acknowledge what is taking place in Bangladesh at this time. Ashutosh, continue to track that story. You are the only Indian journalist continuing to keep an eye on what's happening in Bangladesh. His ground reports on and off Bangladesh will continue to be here on India Today. That's a wrap on 5 Live. Coming up next is 6 p.m. Prime with Gaurav. The Congress is firefighting its Himachal eatery diktat fallout. Himachal Mantri Vikramaditya Singh has been summoned by the Congress High Command over the new food order. Details coming up.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 35 and minimum 26 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 27 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 28 and minimum 24 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 33 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 30 and minimum 22 degrees.
powered by Veka, India's largest selling UPVC window. Gift a Parker today. Unwrap happiness. Pot and Bloom. Gifts that grow, smiles that last.
Himachal food diktat snowballs.
जो भी अपना दुकान चला रहा है, रेडी फड़ी चला रहा है, उसको अपना आईडी, अपना क्लियर आइडेंटिफिकेशन उसमें करना होगा.
Congress versus Congress over E3 diktat.
Where is the necessity of naming? Why should an individual be named for the shop?
Food policing vertically splits Congress.
हाई कोर्ट ने इसमें कहा है कि स्ट्रीट वेंडिंग कमिटीज हैव टू बी कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड.
Congress top brass rebukes Vikramaditya.
So it's the Congress versus Congress on the Himachal Pradesh government very clearly saying every eatery, whether it's a roadside vendor or a restaurant, will have to display the name of the owner. Is this correct? Is this wrong? And where are those who were targeting the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath when these orders were passed in Uttar Pradesh? But when the same orders come in Himachal Pradesh or similar orders, suddenly those people seem to crawl under some rock. Why? We ask that question and much more on 6 p.m. Prime. I'm Gaurav Sawant. As always, let's get started with the headlines. Scam heat mounts on Siddaramaiah. BJP protests, demands his resignation as Chief Minister. Karnataka government withdraws consent for CBI probe in the state. Tirupati turns into a political battlefield. Former Chief Minister Jagan Reddy to visit Tirupati temple next. BJP says he must declare his faith first.